what our subject. In yesterday's class, I explained about the fundamentals of digital image processing. That is, we have one block diagram. This block diagram explained last class. Okay, we have 11 blocks totally. That is, starts from image acquisition, image enhancement, image restoration, color image processing, wavelets and multi-resolution processing, compression, morphological processing, segmentation, representation and description, object recognition. All are connected to knowledge base. And from image acquisition to morphological processing, these blocks outputs are images. Okay, these block outputs are images. Whereas from morphological processing to object recognition, the output of these blocks, 4 blocks, are attributes, image attributes. Okay, I explained this thing. Just I will summarize this. Okay, image acquisition means what? Getting the image. It may be a digital camera, it may be X-ray, it may be MRI, it may be a CT, it may be a satellite image, it may be a other whatever the image possibilities were there. We have that acquisition techniques. After acquisition using some cameras. After getting image, the taking of image, we call it as what? Image acquisition. Collection of image, we call it as what? Image acquisition. After collecting image, next we have what? Image enhancement. What is the meaning of enhancement? We are enhancing some of the parameters of the image. For example, brightness, contrast, color, illumination, etc. We will change. Okay, enhancing the image, that is improving the contrast, improving the brightness. We call it as what? Image enhancement. Okay, then after enhancement we have image restoration. What is the meaning of image restoration? We are once again restoring the image. Okay, we are converting some format to other format. For example, JPG format irutte, ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಆ ತರದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಮೇಜ್ ರಿಸ್ಟೋರೇಷನ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ರಿಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಇಮೇಜ್ ರಿಸ್ಟೋರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Then we have color image processing. Okay, if it is the images are of color. Okay, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಮೊದಲೇ, there are 2 types of these things were there, images were there. One we call it as what? Black and white image or grayscale image. Second one we call it as what? Color image. Color image, we have primary colors, that is RGB. Okay, if the color image is there, then it's a combination of RGB, that is red, green and blue, as well as the secondary colors. What are the secondary colors? The mixture of primary colors gives the secondary colors. How many secondary colors were there? There are so many secondary colors were there. As I said in previous class, okay, we may have about 10 lakhs, 10 millions of shades were there. Okay, this mixture of RGB will gives those colors. Okay, and colors, the mixture of RGB gives the secondary colors. The colors we call it as what? Secondary colors. Okay, secondary colors are what? Yellow. It may be yellow, and it may be other colors, mixture of other gray, violet, ella barutalla adella enagutte secondary colors agutte. Okay, then we have wavelets and multi-resolution processing. Okay, as we know, where the images which are captured may have some noises. Those noises can be removed by using some filters. Okay, wavelets are the filters which are used to denoise the images. The meaning is what? The word we use here is what? Denoising. What is the meaning of denoising? Removing the noises in the image. Again, there are so many noises for there. White noise, and we have salt pepper noise, impulse noise. So many noises were there. Those noises can be removed by using wavelets. Then we have compression. It is a very familiar word what we have. Okay, compression of image. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇಮೇಜ್ ತಗೋತೀರಾ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ಗೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ 100 KBs ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ 40 KBs ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, there are so many compression techniques were there. Okay, using those techniques we are going to compress the image. Okay, that is meaning what? We are reducing the storage capacity of a image. Okay, if it is of 100 KB, we are reducing to 40 KB, but retaining the originality or retaining the importance of the parameters of the image as it is. Image ge ಏನು ಆಗಬಾರದು, ಆದ್ರೆ compress ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, that is the main idea behind compression. Then we have morphological processing. Up to the here, see, up to compression, outputs are what? Images only. Okay, including morphological processing also we have output as images only. Okay, in morphological processing, what is the meaning of morphological processing? Morphology means we are doing some operation. For example, cropping of the image, zooming of the image, shifting of the image, extracting some objects or labeling some objects, etc. Okay, those operations are called as what? Morphology, or writing the border, okay, cutting the border or improving the border, adding pixels. Okay, those things comes under your morphological processing. Then we have segmentation. What is the meaning of segmentation? As we know, if the image is too big or too larger in size, we are going to cut the image into different small images, okay, so that it can be easily transmitted or bandwidth can be easily utilized. Okay, cutting of the image or dividing of the image, we call it as what? Segmentation. Okay, so many segmentation techniques were there, we'll see in further classes. Okay, then we have representation and description. Okay, what is the meaning of representation? We are representing the image in certain, using some certain algorithms. Okay, representation of the image, that is we are dividing some images. Okay, that is, it may be a normal digital image, or it may be a satellite image, it may be a weather forecast images, it may be of landscape images. So many images were there. And the description, we are giving some name to the image, the thing, giving name and separating the image qualities or by image types, we call it as what? Representation and description. Okay, and last is what? Object recognition. Object, what is the meaning of object recognition? As I said in previous class, we should have some knowledge about the image. Image ಮೇಲೆ image ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ he know the things about the ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಿರ್ಬೇಕು? ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಮೇಜ್ ತೆಗಿತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದೇ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಇಮೇಜ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗ್ದ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ fundamental steps in digital image processing. Okay, and output of these 4 blocks are image attributes. Image attributes andre and last class alli helide image parameters. It may be of contrast, it may be of number of pixels, number of rows, number of columns in a matrix. Those things comes under what? Attributes of the images. Okay, this is about your fundamentals of image processing. Then we have another block diagram, that is components of image processing system. What are the components of image processing system? We have one block diagram here. This is the block diagram. See, we have network, okay, internet network, image displays, computer, mass storage, hard copy, specialized image processing hardware, image processing software, image sensors, and the problem domain. Okay, and what it constitutes? Okay, there are 3 plus 3 6 1 7 blocks were there. Okay, starts from image okay, problem domain. Okay, first we have what? Some area to be captured or some object to be captured. We have image sensors. What are the image sensors? There are so many sensors were there, okay, for capturing an image. These sensors are present in the camera, digital camera or any other cameras. Okay, it may be of simple one sensor. So many multiple sensors were there, strip sensors, array sensors, okay, rotating sensors. So many types of sensors were there, we will see in coming classes. Okay, these image sensors will capture the image. Okay, it's a specialized sensors were there. It's like what? Magnetic strips ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಫೋಟೋ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಂತ ಒಂದು ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಫೋಟೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅನಲಾಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಶೆಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಇದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ರೀಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೆಗಿತಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು ಅವಾಗ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಲಾಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ದೇರ್, so that image quality will improve. Okay, we have a very good image quality by digital cameras. Okay, image sensors ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಮೇಜ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿದು ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ನಾನು, ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಡೊಮೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, Image sensors ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, images ನ capture ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Then it is given to specialized image processing software and hardware. Okay, see, hardware is there. Special image processing hardware means processing of some images. We have some microprocessors were there which will do some operation on the digital image to improve the contrast, brightness, or any other parameters of the image. Okay, that we call it as what, hardware. And similarly we have some softwares for there. Okay, ನಿಮ್ DSLR cameras ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು. DSLR cameras ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗೇನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, the controller will do all this operation. Okay, which includes the hardware and the ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನೀವು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ DSLR ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಎನ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಏನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ತಿರ್ಗಾ ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ದ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್. Yeah, then we have hard copy. Hard copy, as you know, these are ಅನಲಾಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್. ಅನಲಾಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫೋಟೋ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಫೋಟೋ. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ತೆಗೆದಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋನ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ವರ್ ದೇರ್. ನಿಮ್ DSLR ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇಮೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್, SD ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫರ್ದರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. DSLR ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನಾವು ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we are going to dump all the data to the system ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ ಸಾಧಾರಣ. ಓಕೆ, this is the idea of components of image processing system. Finally we have network. Okay, network ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಾನೆ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಳ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ಸ್ indicates the network. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. there are 7 components were there, 7 blocks were there. That is problem domain connected to image sensors. Image sensors will capture the image. It is given to image specialized image processing hardware and software. Software going to process the image. Hardware is responsible for all other operations, that is supportive to the software. Then we have a computer, a mass storage, image displays on the hard copy. Just you remember DSLR camera. DSLR camera ಏನಾದ್ರು ನೀವು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಮನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್. ಓಕೆ, these are the components of image processing system. Okay, and pixels ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು. It may be of 1024 and 1024 pixels. What is the meaning of 1024 across 1024? It contains 1024 columns, 1024
full HD.
Yeah, full HD. ಅಬ್ಬಾ, ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಇದು, ಯಾರಿದು full HD?
ನಾನು ಸರ್ ವಿನಯ್.
ವಿನಯ್, full HD. yes, full HD.
ಸರ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳೋದು?
ಹೌದು. ಇದು ಬರೀ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, 1024 ಪಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀನು ಫುಲ್ HD ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ರೋಸಿಲಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಫುಲ್ HD. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿವೇ
ಸರ್ 4K ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಎಸ್ 4K ಆದ್ರೆ 4048 ರೋಸ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ನಾವು ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸಾಧಾರಣ, ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಿಲೋಬೈಟ್ಸ್, ಮೆಗಾಬೈಟ್ಸ್, ಗಿಗಾಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೆರಾಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಕಾಮನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಮೇಜಸ್ KBs ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ MBs ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗಿಗಾಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟೆರಾಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮೋಷನ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, then we have frame buffers were there. Okay, temporary memories were there. Okay, so many things were there in this one. Okay, then we have image displays. Ali normally we have a flat screen or a TV monitor, or it may be LED screen, LCD screen. Okay, so many things are there. Then we have hard copy. It may be we may get image by laser printers, film cameras, and heat sensitive devices, inject units. Okay, digital units or optical units or CD-ROMs, etc. Okay, the images can be stored in CD-ROMs or hard disks. Okay, we call it as what, the hard copy. Then we have networking. As I said, we can compress the image to utilize the bandwidth, and we can get back the image at the end. Okay, these are the components of your image processing systems. Okay, yeah. Now this is about your first unit 10%. Okay, then we have further fundamentals of image processing, elements of visual perception. Okay, how exactly the image is formed in the eye. Okay, then we have eye diagram. Okay, how exactly the human eye recognizes the picture, how exactly it is formed in the retina. Okay, and all other, we have to know all other components of the eye. Okay, then we have what uh, this is formation of image. Okay, how exactly image is formed on the retina. Okay, hingiro image anagate ulta agate nodona idella enagate anta. Okay, then we have brightness adaptation. Okay, what is the meaning of scotopic and photopic? So many other things were interesting. Okay, no worry, these things are interesting, and you can usually visual perceptions were there. Okay, okay, any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay. Further, as I said, I will discuss this HOD, and I will let you know what is the processing steps for project internship, and as well as for seminar. Okay, right.
Okay, sir.
Then we'll see in next class. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.